All right, let's jump right into our latest AI intelligence brief. Today, we're giving you that 360-degree view of what's happening in the AI world. We're going to look at this fundamental tension between AI's raw power and the precision the real world actually needs. We'll see how new tools are just exploding onto the market and explore the huge questions this raises for every single one of us. So let's get into it.
This quote, man, it just nails the central challenge in AI right now. On one hand, you've got this incredible explosion of power and efficiency, but on the other, as this quote points out, the very mathematical tricks that make AI so fast, well, they can clash with the rock-solid precision you need for fields like science and engineering.
And this slide just lays that tension out perfectly. Over on the left, you have AI computation. Engineers are literally inventing new number formats, shaving off bits, doing whatever it takes to get more speed and save energy. But then on the right, you have traditional scientific computing, where absolute, verifiable precision is the name of the game. These two worlds are kind of speaking different mathematical languages, and building a bridge between them, that's a massive challenge for the whole industry.
Okay, so keeping that in mind, how are businesses actually trying to put this stuff to work? The big push we're seeing right now is all about moving past the little experiments and getting AI into full-blown production.
And here's a huge move in that direction. OpenAI is launching their Frontier Alliance Partners program. The goal here is crystal clear. Help big companies take their AI pilots and scale them up into secure, reliable systems that can handle real, day-to-day business operations.
But of course, this immediately brings up a massive question for any executive or investor looking at this space, right? How do you actually know these systems work? How can you really trust an AI agent with your critical, high-value tasks?
And here we might have an answer. OpenAI and Paradigm have rolled out something called EVMbench. The easiest way to think about it is like a standardized test, almost like the SATs for AI agents, to see how good they are at finding security holes in smart contracts. The really crucial thing here is that we're finally moving from just building powerful AI to building measurable and trustworthy AI. That's a game changer.
So while all this serious enterprise-grade stuff is happening, there is an absolute flood of new tools for developers and users. I mean, the speed of innovation right now is just staggering, and we're starting to see a few key trends pop up.
First off, there's this push for more sophisticated thinking. Take Grok 4.2. Its approach is really cool. It uses 4 different AI agents that basically debate a topic among themselves before they give you an answer. The whole point is to get a more nuanced and solid result.
Second, we're seeing better tools to, well, feed the beast. A huge bottleneck in AI has always been labeling data. A tool like AnnotateAI tackles this head-on by blending human guidance with AI speed, making that whole data prep process way faster and more scalable for everybody.
And the third big trend? Radical accessibility. Making this stuff just way easier for everyone to use. A tool like Calio promises you can connect an AI agent to pretty much any existing software API in under 5 minutes. This is all about lowering that barrier to entry so more people can build genuinely useful things. This wave of accessibility is hitting creative fields too. Replit is now offering AI-powered motion graphics, which basically puts animation tools in the hands of anyone with a good idea, whether they have technical skills or not. And finally, we're even seeing concepts that are looking past the internet as we know it today. OpenHunt calls itself a launch layer for the post-algorithm internet. It's this little glimpse into a future where finding new things isn't just about what a feed shows you, but about intelligent AI that you actively tell what you're looking for.
Okay, so we've seen the big companies pushing for trust and that crazy flood of new tools. But what's actually powering all of this? Let's slow down for a second and peek behind the curtain at the foundational research that's making all this possible.
So what are the big ideas that researchers are really wrestling with in the labs right now? It feels like they fall into a few key buckets.
Job number 1, it seems, is reliability. There is a huge focus on just making these models work better and more predictably. That includes stuff like transfer learning to help adapt models to new jobs, improving how AI sees and understands the world, and, this is a big one, developing statistical methods so we can confidently say, yep, we're 99% sure this AI's answer is correct.
Next, you see this incredible two-sided coin, amazing new applications and brand new risks. On one side, you have these incredible projects like Vishara, a framework designed to help predict court judgments in India. But on the other side, researchers have uncovered attacks like feature bleed, which is a scary hardware-level vulnerability that could literally steal private data right off of AI chips. And finally, there's this growing body of research on, well, us, the human side of the equation. How is generative AI changing our whole idea of what art is? How is it changing the day-to-day job, maybe even the identity of a software engineer? And how in the world do we redesign our education system to get the next generation ready for all this?
And that brings us to the biggest picture of all, the impact on society. It's so easy to get lost in the tech itself, but it's absolutely crucial to see how AI is being used to solve real-world global challenges.
A really fantastic example of this comes from UNESCO. For World Radio Day, they spotlighted this amazing initiative in Pakistan that combines one of the oldest forms of mass communication, radio, with one of the newest, AI, to bring education to remote communities.
I mean, the idea here is so simple, but so powerful. In places where access to good education is tough, they're using AI to create educational content and then broadcasting it over the massive reach of radio. It's a perfect example of using super advanced tech to create a more inclusive learning environment and just amplify access for tons of people.
Okay, so let's tie all of this together. We've gone from the nitty-gritty math of computing all the way up to global development, with stops at enterprise benchmarks, new apps, and cutting-edge research.
If there is one single insight you take away from all this, let it be this. The story of AI right now is a story of balance. On one side, you have this incredible, mind-bending pace of innovation, but it has to be balanced by an equally urgent need for practical, standard ways to measure, to trust, and to safely deploy this technology. And that leaves all of us with a really big question to chew on. As these systems get exponentially more powerful, able to write code, create art, even assist in legal judgments, the real challenge for us is going to be figuring out how we measure what truly matters. It's not just about speed or performance anymore. It's about reliability, it's about fairness, and ultimately it's about positive human impact.